What's up, guys? I think I left y'all off. I was talking about everything that entails into this swap. We've made a good bit of progress since then. I've been hammering away at it, and I wish I filmed in the moment more, but it was kind of just a couple times I had people helping me out and stuff, but majority of the time it's just kind of me in my garage just hammering away at it, and I don't really have anybody to record. I don't really have a good way to set it up, so but I did have a lot of help getting to the stage that I'm at now. But I do want to note that we deleted the spare tire well. We ordered a spare tire delete plate from, I think it's Turtle Laboratories, their website. And we welded it in, seam sealed it all around, put some paint over it just in case of any kind of rust penetration or anything like that. So it should be pretty good. Mounted the fuel cell to it. It's pretty in there, it's not going anywhere. And then I still have to run the entire fuel system, fuel lines all the way up to the front before I can even think about starting the car. Wiring the fuel pump, wiring the fuel pump relay. I'll try to, film all of that when it gets to that stage. But as of right now, as far as the fuel system goes and the back of the car, this is where I'm at. As you can see, it's pretty much hard mounted in here. I did rivets on the other side. The feed line's gonna go here. Return line's gonna come up here. I'm probably gonna drill a hole right through there, have it come up through the hole. I'll put a grommet there so it doesn't rub through or anything. Go through there and return it to that. So I did decide to go with the ACES kit management. It doesn't come like this. I just pulled some of the stuff out because I started installing some of the wiring. But basically get your harness, I want to try to show y'all some of the good stuff. You have your harness, and then here you have your ECU. We're going to try to find somewhere inside the car to mount that. And then your little handheld screen. We're also going to try to find somewhere to mount that neatly as well. That'll help us monitor everything. Was going to go with the stock factory GM harness and like a HP tuner setup, but I wanted to give this stuff a try. Heard some good things about it. Heard some bad things, but somebody's always got stuff to complain about, so we're going to try and see how it works for us. It's not too big of an expense. Pretty good for the price, I feel like, what you get. I think I got it on sale for $500 on 4th of July. It was a 4th of July sale, so I feel like that's pretty good for a full standalone kit. So a couple of things I was able to do. We do have clutch pressure, so the clutch feels good in here. Shifter's mounted up. I do have to figure out the whole throttle cable situation, but to get it started, I don't think we'll need to do that. So we'll just get it started without the throttle cable hooked up, just to see if it even runs, because I have no idea if this motor runs. I bought it off of Marketplace, so it's kind of like a 50-50 shot on if it runs or not. And then moving on to the front, I should say. Motors, in the car, pretty much all mostly put together. I'm gonna order a LS3 Camaro water pump. I ordered one, they sent me a Corvette one, so the spacing was wrong. So I gotta get that coming. I got the TPS sensor coming. I ended up ordering a LS1 intake. I didn't do the full ACES top end kit. I just felt better with just going with the factory LS1 intake. I put the Sloppy Mechanics Stage 2 cam in there. You can't see it. I'm gonna try to insert a clip of when I was putting it in there. I have some clips saved of when I was taking the old one out and putting that one in. So I'll try to get that uploaded with this video. Me and my buddy replaced the valve springs in here. I think I have some pictures. If I do, I'll try to insert those as well. But we did a 600 lift, Texas Speed. I don't remember the name of it. I gotta look up the name of it. But 600 lift valve springs with new valve stem seals, factory GM valve stem seals. Started to wire up some of the ACES kit just to the injectors, and then the crank and cam sensors wired up. Just to see how it all fits up. Just, like I said, hammering away at it. For the exhaust manifold on the passenger side, I ended up going with a truck manifold. We were able to weld it up, get it to clear on this side. So we'll get that, once it's running and I guess driving, we'll get that over to my buddy's shop and kind of weld a Y pipe and then get it over to the exhaust shop and get that welded up. And then the driver's side, we got a GTO LS1 manifold. We are able to make it clear around the steering shaft. I had the pipe welded, tacked up to it, broke off. But we're gonna get that back up in the air and weld that up. And that should be good. That'll save us the money that we didn't end up having to spend on the CX Racing kit. So save money there. But I think as far as to compile my list over here, I think installing the harness and installing the fuel, and then should be ready to start. After that point, I'll have to get the ICT billet belt kit, or the belt adapter, or the accessory adapter. I'll have to get the belt for it, the radiator, the fans. What else do I got? Get the exhaust done, and just radiator hoses and put the drive shaft in, and it should be ready to drive. But just to get it started, I'm excited, and I'm gonna try to upload some more once I do get close to getting it started, and maybe even upload a video when I get it started, just like a live reaction or something, because that's gonna be pretty crazy. I gotta wire the starter up too, and the fuel pump and all that stuff. But we've made a lot of headway on it since I've started this build. I started it back in February, and I've tried to save as much money as possible. It does end up adding up, but I'm not in it too much. I'm in it for, less than I would be on a new car or buying a Corvette or a Camaro or something. So, but yeah, I'll try to keep you guys updated on it, and any more progress, I'm gonna try to film more and just go from there.